Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn, Honduras. In the last episode, we're working towards our coming war with Brazil. I had to fix a bunch of ship class designations to make sure they fill into the fleets properly, based on the templates. So that's fixed, so the fleets should be good. We're working on building out a new surface fleet. But we don't quite have enough ships to fill it in. I mean, I have tons of ships sitting in reserve, which I probably could just decommission a bunch of these. But I like to keep them in reserve, just in case I need to throw an emergency fleet together and put it out somewhere. We can. And also that as we lose ships in combat, fresh ships can come out of reserve to fill those spots back in. So that's why I keep a large pile of reserve ships. So we got that done. We have a new army that is trained out that actually needs to be sent to a front line. So we'll send it down here. And we'll give it some orders. Tell it to hit aggressive. There we go. We got our new suicide drone research done, so we're now producing those. We set up some air wings for those because we actually have a pile of them in stock because we captured them from other countries. So we might as well use them because we have them. So that's good. And yeah, we're still struggling to resolve our attack helicopter backlog. But that should be all right. And right at the end of the episode, our justification with Brazil has completed. Couple of mutual investment treaties. Okay, that's fine. AGI maintain cultural developments. Provisional government of Guinea. We're not doing anything there. Alright, and that is the final agricultural technology that we can research done. So the entire industrial technology tree is finished. Just making sure that, again, double check, make sure there is nothing left that we can research. We need to design a missile sub. We might work on that. Yep, everything's done. All right. Excellent. The army in position? Not quite. We have until the 20th of January to actually declare the war. So we can wait a few days for that army to get into position and get their organization. Central American consumers spend less. Economic boom stays in place. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and drop the taxes again a little bit. Mali wants to buy some of our F5Es. They can have them. I probably need to set up some more. I mean, I don't really need to, because we're not building anything. I don't really need the construction points, so or civilian factory points, so it's no big deal. All right, we're in place, and planning bonus. That's entrenchment. Looks like we have some supply issue somewhere. Oh, that's going to be a thing. That's just going to be a thing we're going to deal with. All right. Low supplies here. That's probably because we haven't done what we should have done, which is make sure that all these supply hubs are properly outfitted. It's still low supply, but that's okay. All right. Once we blow through that front line, we'll see what happens. All right. Let's go ahead and declare the war. Potential enemies. Well, right now it's just Brazil, because Argentina may not even join this war. We'll have to see. I kind of hope they do. I kind of hope they do. All right, we're not going to launch the naval invasion yet. Fleets in position. Okay, yep. As I kind of expected here. They've called Argentina in. To be expected. Multi-role fighters. Multi-role fighters. This is still an interface that needs a lot of work. These are all light fighters. Sixth gen air superiority. Okay. Do we have any older air superiority fighters? Alright. Well, that's taking care of the issue. All right. We're blowing through the Amazon right now. Excellent. Launch our naval invasion. And of course the game crashes on autosave. Lovely. Alright, now I managed to get back to the January 1st autosave. I have not declared the war. Because I'm just going to need to do it again. Declare the war. Try this again. I did set the aircraft up over the Central Andes. Again. Argentina's been called. We're going to give it, again, a few days for our forces to blow through the front lines. Improved based solar farms. Excellent. Space-based. I think space-based solar farms. So, is that now something that I can do? Combat foreign influence. I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work. Oh, not gonna worry about it right now. Alright, now launch the naval invasion. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, they have a lot of defense. Nope, it does not look like the naval invasion is going to succeed. Alright, well, worth a try anyway. I don't think we're going to need it, though. Judging by just the progress that we're making. What we're going to need to do, though, is we are going to need to get some... some supply depots installed. And we are going to need to build rail lines out to said supply depots. Make sure they're all set to 6. And this nearly impossible to read text. Yep, because we're going to be in some severe supply shortage. Alright. I'm not going to give up on the naval invasion just yet. I might just have to compromise them a little bit further. Transport helicopters, self-propelled artillery, and light tanks. Missing equipment production? What are you talking about? We have light tanks. We have self-propelled artillery. And we have transport helicopters. What? Why is something designated with the turtle symbol? Well, we need to get rid of these. All right, because I replaced all of these with this. And I need light tanks. And transport helicopters. Alright, now main battle tank. Alright, well that's going to be a bit of an issue. We're going to have to create a design. I can't duplicate a design? Save as a new one. Alright, well, for now, we'll just do this. I'll have to give it a... I'll have to rename it at some point. Transport helicopters and self-propelled artillery. For those, the self-propelled artillery that we're going to want to use are these. So... I'm going to save as new with the turtle symbol. Alright. There we go. And then we're going to want to put in the transport helicopters. Except that I can't. Alright, well that's a bit of a problem. I'm not going to worry about it again. Backdoor access to the Empire of Brazil has been achieved. Let's go ahead and fully exploit that backdoor access. All right. Yeah, that will improve the supplies a little bit. But we need to get the rail lines built. All right, let's attempt a naval invasion again. Yeah, pushing through the Amazon is a rough go. This is since we're very kind of heavily mechanized, and this isn't exactly the best terrain for it. Oh, we're on the ground. Okay. Right, before they counterattack us. Push out. Ah, crud. Yep, too heavily defended. Because if you do not get off the beach fast enough, you're toast. Alright, let's try a plan B. Let's see if we can get some more supply depots built. And we're also leaving the cover of our air. And we're down to only 2 of our arsenal birds. Ouch. We'll move what I can to provide air support. move a couple of hundred air superiority fighters forward. All right. Everybody delete your orders. How are we doing as far as equipment? We're way behind on self-propelled AA. We're behind on light tanks. This is not a manpower issue or an equipment issue. This is a supplies issue. Alright, just stretch out everybody across the entire front. Give everybody a battle plan. We've got to get out of the rainforest. That is what we need to do. Brazil is always a bit of a tough operation. A new army. Perfect. Give them a commander. Someone who's good with tanks. You are good with tanks. All right, excellent. You know what? I'll give you that front line. Get in there and figure it out. The problem is, we leave that spot, they're gonna fall back into it. Okay, just keep this army here until our troops show back up. Our new troops show up. Alright. Alright. Our armor has arrived. We're just going to hold Pat here. Let's get rid of resistance suppression. Let's say, does this... Infrastructure, airbase, radar sites, railway construction speed. Yeah, there we go. Get that going. Increase construction speed by 10%. Alright, let's just go ahead and reinitialize. Terrain. River crossing. Yeah. Let's attempt another naval invasion. So if we can establish another beachhead. These are our stronger Marines. Even still, they're falling out. Alright. Alright, we have a beachhead. Let's get the naval base built up. Let's get some armies in here. All right. I would like you to start pushing south. Yeah, see if we can break out here. So far, so good. Let's get more forces into this. Yeah, I guess I need to get to the coast. I'm not worried about that right now. How's the Navy doing, by the way? I mean, it looks fine. Alright, let's get these forces in there. Let's get them participating. How is the supplies looking? It's still not great. Alright, but I think we're at the end of the episode, so we're gonna have to stop here. Yeah, we are like way short on armor personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles. We're losing tons of them. Just tons of them. Alright, but we're gonna have to stop here. Yeah, we're taking also disproportionate casualties. Probably mostly as a result of that army of Marines we lost. That didn't help. And I am going to need to move some planes. Alright, well, we'll work on that when we come back. So for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.